Let's talk about what actually moves the needle in your detailing business. Because here's the truth. It's not going to be better marketing. It's not going to be better tools. It's not going to be better products. It's going to be getting good at sales. If you don't have the skills to sell, follow up, and close, you're going to keep doing $500 weeks and wondering what's wrong. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you a full sales masterclass. How to lead conversations like a pro, what to say when clients come up with objections, and how to actually close deals without sounding desperate. This is for the detailers that want to get past that 10K a month roadblock and scale to 15 or even 25K plus a month. So let's start from the beginning. What do you do right when a lead messages you? And honestly, most detailers screw this up from the beginning. Usually they just drop a price way too early, list every single service that they have to offer, or leave the conversation completely dead-ended. Here's what the real play looks like. First, you need to qualify them. You should start off by asking what kind of vehicle they're looking to have detailed. That gives off the feeling that you're an expert and you actually care what kind of vehicle they're bringing to you. You're no longer just reacting to their text. Step 2, you want to frame the value of your service. Make sure your client knows what they're actually getting. You never want to just say, yeah, we have an interior detail, it costs $150. Instead, you want to break it down. Yeah, so that would fall under our full interior reset. It's a 2 to 3 hour deep cleaning process. Every surface is going to get cleaned, steamed, and dressed, and shampooed. And that also includes leather treatment. This is going to start around $150. Now that's an actual offer, not just a price. And third, you need to make sure you're giving your clients plenty of options that fit their needs. Most clients either go with our full refresh package, or some who are looking for a deep cleaner go with our standard gold package. If you want, I could break down the difference for you. You're now giving them direction, giving them a choice, and you're completely leading the conversation. Now part 2, and most importantly, is going to be objection handling. Now let's say you're talking to your client over the phone or over text. You're most likely going to get a let me think about it. Now this is typically going to come from a lack of knowledge. The client hasn't yet gathered all the information they need to make a good decision. That's when you fill the gap and figure out what they need to know to move forward. You can lead this with a phrase like, totally understand. Is there anything holding you back that I could clear up for you? Is it price, maybe timing or scheduling, or maybe something else? Or you might get a price objection. Honestly, that's a lot more than I expected to pay for something like this. And that's when you hop on their board. You could say something like, yeah, that completely makes sense. We're definitely not the cheapest around, but we go all in with our results and our perfection. If you want, I could break down what makes us different from others who may be cheaper. Or the infamous spouse objection. I need to talk to my wife or my husband before I book in the detail. You could respond with something, yeah, totally get it. Say your spouse was cool with moving forward. Is this something that you're leaning towards doing? Most objections aren't hard no's, they're just uncertainty. Your job is to give them all the information they need to feel confident and move forward. And if you do it the right way with confidence, people will thank you when moving forward. Now moving on, how to close properly without being too pushy. A lot of people will convince the prospect to move forward, but they move too fast with too much excitement in the close and end up scaring the prospect away. Or a lot of guys will have the prospect completely interested, but not even attempt to make the close. Sometimes they'll just follow up with, cool, let me know if that works for you. In that case, you completely lost. Instead, you need to offer the next step of scheduling with complete confidence. I have some times available Wednesday and Friday, which works better for you. If you're happy with everything, I could shoot over the final details. Or I got one more slot for this week. Would you like me to hold that in for you? You're not being aggressive at all. It's just being professional. When people are going to a service provider, they want you to completely take the lead. You need to stop hesitating, be confident, and make the close. If your service delivers, which it always should, you'll get paid. And another trick I like to do, if people are still hesitant with scheduling, I'll offer them a time and day to pick, then follow up with saying, if anything comes up between now and then, we could always reschedule. But just in case, we'll have this locked in for you. Then it completely takes away the risk for your prospect, and they're usually happy with doing that. Sales definitely isn't about being slick and convincing someone to do something. All it is confidence and clarity. If you show up like an expert, if you completely guide the client through the process, if you make them feel like they're taken care of, they'll have no problem paying you and booking again. At the end of the day, you're not just selling a detail, you're selling your prospect's certainty. Look, if you're stuck under 5K a month detailing, it's probably not because you're bad at detailing. It's because you haven't learned and built the skills to sell yet. So how do you get better? You need to double down, practice as much as you can, even rehearse if you have to, and lead every conversation you're faced with. Because trust me when I tell you this, you don't need better tools or products, You need to be better at sales. If you want my exact DM templates, my phone scripts, and how I close $300 to $1,200 details consistently, go ahead and check the description and it'll give you the steps to get my exact playbook. So yeah, I want you guys to go out there and level it up, and we'll see you in the next one.